In a world of limitless opportunities and countless challenges, the choices we make manifest themselves into the very roads that guide us. And the tribulations and triumphs that shape, weather, and bind these paths together are the very essence of what makes the world such a beautifully strange place. But we walk our path with no map, in search of answers that nobody has, simply hoping that we don't get lost along the way. So maybe just sharing our story of where we come from and the things that have guided us along the way can be enough to guide those lost in their own path.
I'm Zach Bonanza, and this is the Lost Guidance Podcast. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Season 2, Lost Guidance Podcast, Episode 5. As you know, I'm your host, Zach Bonanza, and as always, we have a great guest in the studio to tell us about their journey, the thing they love, what helps them, get guided through this world. That's my man, Kevin Pratt. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Zach, how are you?
Good, man. Thanks for coming on. Absolutely.
You got it.
So, for any of you who have been not paying attention to any of the Lost Guidance things, and you've missed the collaboration Lost Guidance and Broken Rule have been doing, this is Kevin, the drummer of the band Broken Rule, kick-ass local band. A lot of rock, country, that good southern style, feel-good music, and they've been killing it. You guys are growing, getting a really good name, a reputation.
Yeah, it's going well.
And it's awesome to hear. And I love supporting local music. Just episode 4, you're going to see, hopefully you guys check it out, Andy Soroka, local musician. And I'm just a big advocate for it. But before we get into all that and just kind of like what the band's about, I like to usually start every episode with, how did you get into music, and how did it kind of lead to you being in the band?
Well, I started playing drums about 3rd, 4th grade. So that's what started the drumming for me. And then the band deal just started 2 years ago. Like I said, I've played all my life, but the whole deal with the band, 3 of us started it, and this is what it turned into.
Yeah.
It started as just a little band we were going to play at my party I have every year, a couple parties here and there, and then we played 1 show, 2 shows. Got some different faces in the band, and here we are playing out once, twice a weekend basically now. So,
yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah,
and the quantity of gigs you guys are getting is just like skyrocketing, and it's good to see.
It's fantastic. It's really going well for us. So.
That's awesome, man. So you have this kind of deep-seated love of percussion. Was that like in your family? Why the drums in 3rd grade?
I'm not really sure, to be honest with you.
You just want to hit stuff around?
Yeah, I'm not sure. That was so long ago. I'm really not too sure. It's pretty neat, though. My first drum set that my parents bought me is still in my basement. It's my practice kit. So,
really?
Yeah, I play them every single day of my life.
Is it like a small one or like a full?
No, it's a full size. Yeah,
in 3rd grade, your parents got you that?
Yeah, it's funny. On my phone, I got a picture of me when I was in 3rd grade sitting behind them drums.
Really?
Yeah, it's on my phone. So
most parents wouldn't run out and get a full drum set for their 3rd grader to wail on. That's awesome.
God bless my parents. They sat in the middle of the living room, and I would pound on them things and pound on them. Yeah, and just then I started taking lessons at best place in the world, Big Apple Music.
That's awesome.
Lenny Milano was my drum instructor, who's one of the best drummers anywhere, and I just continued playing. I took a few years off playing. I didn't play for a long time.
Why?
Having kids.
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
Life happens.
And my boys got into racing cars and all that, so we just they kind of got pushed to the back, and one day I told my wife, I'm going to buy an electric drum set just to start playing again.
Yeah.
So they're quiet, and then next thing I know, here I am. So,
yeah, here we are, back into it, full speed ahead, too.
I guess so, yeah.
That's tremendous.
Yeah.
You know? So, early stages, did you try other bands?
No.
Obviously, there's a progression to it, right?
Yeah, what happened is me and actually 2 other individuals started Broken Rule. Again, it was just a 3-piece.
Just wanting to do music together?
Well, yeah, I have a party at my house every year with almost a couple hundred people, 150, 200 people.
Oh, wow.
Didn't have it this year. That's why you weren't invited.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Breaking my heart.
Yeah, it's a lot of work,
Of course.
And one of the guys was a singer, one of them was a bassist, and we said, why don't we put a few songs together and play at the party?
Yeah.
And we did it, and we had a good time, and then we're like, well, let's practice a little more, find a guitarist. And it was funny, our bass player, Bob Burns, ran sound for the band of Central New York. Great friends of mine. We're playing with them tomorrow, matter of fact. Yeah. And I actually hired them to play the party.
Okay.
And we played a couple songs in between.
Cool.
Bobby was their sound guy. and I had met Bobby that night. And that's how Bobby ended up playing bass for us.
Wow.
So it was all one party. And then, then we started doing a couple songs, and we said, well, let's go play a show. So a friend of mine owns Sunset Grill at Sylvan Beach. So I said, can we come play? And he's like, absolutely. Well, that was the start of it.
Wow. How many years ago was that?
2 years ago, 2.5 years ago.
So the level of progress is like, man, fast moving train.
Well, then we had some change in the actual band. But the group I got now is just they're phenomenal. I mean, they're unbelievable.
Yeah, and
you're lucky to find that because
absolutely. And I knew if you guys haven't seen, go back to season 1 and check out my episode with Jeremy Seaton, who's your second guitarist for the band and man of many strings, the mandolinist.
Yeah, unbelievable. What a catch he was.
And you guys got him on like Facebook or Craigslist, right?
Yeah, we found him.
I mean,
and he was scared. When I first talked to him, he wouldn't. He kept reading. He's telling me, I wanted to answer, but I didn't. So finally I got him to. I talked to him and he's like, well, I don't know. I said, well, think about it. Let me know.
Yeah.
So I didn't hear from him. And then finally he called me back and I said, why don't you just come, jump in my truck with me. We'll go up to practice, meet the guys. If you don't like it, then,
Yeah.
But he did. And, and him and Tommy O'Rourke, our lead player. Tommy's just phenomenal guitar player.
Yeah, he is.
And he's taken Jeremy under his wing. I mean, Jeremy's a phenomenal guitar player, but I mean, the stuff Tommy can teach him from experience and things like that. I mean, Jeremy is just like Tommy said, in 5-10 years, that kid is just going to be incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But Tommy's really taken him under his wing and making him, Jeremy never wanted to do a solo. He goes, nope, I'm a rhythm player. I don't want to do solos. Well, he's doing solos now because Tommy's saying, do them.
Yeah.
Simply do them. And he could do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's really working out great with them too. Phenomenal.
Yeah, it's kind of like you can see this like almost fatherly instinct
That's
he's
exactly
showing
what it is,
Jeremy.
And Tommy was a big wrestling coach all of his life. Championships. He's in the Hall of Fame for wrestling and stuff. So he really knows.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
He got inducted into the Hall of Fame for wrestling and stuff. But he's very good, coaching.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a band, but they're still, Tom kind of is I don't want to say the leader of the band, but I guess he is. I mean, he comes up with schedules for practice.
Wow.
So he'll say we're spending 15 minutes on this, 15 minutes here. And, if we're working on a song and it's just not going right, he'll say, scrap it, everyone go home, practice it. We're wasting practice time. We'll get it next week.
Right.
So he's so good at that stuff. And we get so much done in a 3-hour practice, it's unbelievable because of that. But he's got it all plotted, what he wants to do. He's got his little notebook and everything.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, but it works.
Yeah, I mean, you need that kind of...
a couple of weeks we can nail down a new song.
Functional structure is what he's giving to the band,
Yeah, and we pick songs based on what we want to do and, but yeah, it's really productive.
That's great, man.
But Jeremy is, like I said, he's, unbelievable.
So each guys have their niche, and obviously I think Matt's the only one we haven't, discussed how he got into the band. How did you guys?
Matt, we lost our singer. And we had a friend filling, and we had 2-3 shows left. So we, you don't like to you don't want to cancel shows,
right?
It just doesn't look good, and you don't want to do that.
Right.
So we had a good friend of ours who was very capable, a very good singer, filling for us, and we went looking for a singer, and we actually found Matt, on the internet. That's where you find people.
Yeah.
And it was funny because his friend replied to me. One of his good friends replied to me and told me he's interested in singing for us. And I was talking to him, and he says, I hate to do this. He goes, but a very good friend of mine is a country singer. He goes, the problem is if you hear him, you'll never call me back. He was honest about it. And, I mean, he was a very good friend, but it was true. When we heard Matt, I mean, Matt was exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Voice-wise, I mean, the kid is just a natural front guy.
Yeah.
And I told Matt when you started, I said, Matt, listen, I said, overnight, you're going to be the face of the band.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to assume that position. When people think of Broken Rule, they don't think of the drummer, they don't think of the bass players or the guitars, they think of you.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's the truth, I said. And you're going to have to assume that position. I mean, it doesn't matter if you want it. You know what I mean? I mean, because Matt is so, he is so laid back and so for the band, not for himself, that he's like, no, I don't want all the, I don't want to be that front man. I said, well, you are.
Yeah.
There's just nothing.
And it's rare that you don't find somebody who wants to be, absorbed into it and let it be all them.
Right. And he does,
pompous
and he's a natural at it.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he goes out and dances. And
Right. He's a genuine guy.
Oh, my God.
Which is definitely an underlying characteristic of the whole band. You guys are all definitely genuine.
Yeah, yes, we do. And I'll tell you what, to get 5 guys to work together with no issues is, I'll tell you, it's nearly impossible.
Yeah.
And any of these guys out there in the bands know what I mean.
Absolutely.
It's so hard to do it.
Absolutely.
But we've got it. We've got it right now.
And you feel that chemistry when you guys are all on stage.
Oh, yeah.
And kind of like the intro statement of the show is that you all have this mutual respect for each other, for the group, what the idea and the mission is here going
absolutely.
forward.
Yep.
And so it's nice, like you said, everybody's on the same plane.
Yeah, I mean, these guys go to extent before we start playing. I mean, Tommy's out there with his fist pumping everybody. That's what it's about.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like I said, it's working out fantastic for us. We're having so much fun.
That's
We're
awesome.
having success,
And you're getting kind of like a wide variety. Like, what do you say the range is from places you've been, from where to where?
I'll tell you what, we go. We're playing Matinette. We're playing Backroads Tavern in Canastota next Friday night. Great bar, great place. That's a younger party crowd. And then we go to Vernon Downs, which is a you get a big array of people there, but there's a lot of older folks there.
Yep.
That love the dancing. I mean, they love a lot of music we do, the watermelon crawls, the shakes, the fishing in the dark, not the new top 20.
Yeah.
It's great having that age group there too.
Right. And that's all music that you all love to play.
Right. And we do modern stuff, we do old stuff, we do everything in between.
Yeah.
When we started this band, we wanted to do that. Cause there's a couple bands in the area that play the more modern music, and they're great at it.
Yeah.
So we try to just be a different niche in the market.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yep.
Did you guys always have it set that you wanted to be? Did you all mutually agree this should be like a country and rock style band, or was it in discussion for what worked best?
Well, when we started the band with the original members, it was a country band, so that's what it always stayed at. And I mean, Matt's a country guy, obviously. I mean, you're not going to hear him singing.
Yeah, he's got that. That southern voice, kind of.
And some songs we have to change. Well, not me, because I don't even know what it means. But Tommy, they'll change keys to get to his voice. They all know how to do that. To help him if he's struggling. Tommy will say, let's drop a key or do whatever they do to get his voice where it's got to be.
Yeah.
So, we do, like I said, Tommy brings the rock side, because Tommy's a southern rock guy.
Yeah, he can shred.
Yeah. But I mean, he likes rock. I mean, he was in a CCR tribute band.
Oh wow.
Not too long ago. So I mean, he brings that rock influence too. So that's where we do some of the rock songs.
Yeah.
And going forward, but we just, it's tough with Matt because Matt's got such a country voice.
Right.
He can't get up there sometimes.
Right.
But, we, and Tommy can sing. And Jeremy can sing, but he won't. But I mean, it's, all the guys in the band can actually sing.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
But when you got a singer like Matt, why?
Right. Yeah. Why? Use the weapons and the tools that you got in your arsenal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But that's cool, because everybody's trying to better each other and better the sound and work together.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's fantastic. So, on your downtime, you're not only playing drums, but you have quite a motorist interest. As you said, you got your kids into car racing. I know there's snowmobile racing and all that. You got the wrench right on your forearm there.
Yeah, that's actually it's my son 27. That's his race car number.
Oh yeah.
And then 29 is my other son's race number. Then my father's dog tag hanging off.
Oh wow.
So it's a cool.
That's a really meaningful piece.
Yeah.
So love of motors, all varieties.
Yeah. I've raced cars and snowmobiles since I can walk.
Really?
I've had hot rods, and we've built race cars. And
where were you doing this?
Well, I raced an asphalt modified in Rochester, an actual, I like a tour car, sportsman car. But both my boys run flat carts. So, and they're looking to get Jesse, my older son, the one with the sticker business. He's actually looking to he wants to get a asphalt modified for next year. So we're looking into that.
Awesome.
So, but he's so busy, I don't know how he's going to do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
over at Pratt Designs, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So
you'll be seeing some work from him here soon, folks.
Yeah, he did
this.
There.
Yeah. Perfect example.
He does a lot of the drum heads for like our buddies over there at Whiskey Creek. He did their drum heads.
Nice.
He did a bunch of them for local bands.
Everybody in this kind of industry needs it,
Yeah,
and he applies it to other, what do you call them, decals and all
Yep.
that. So
Yeah, letters, cars,
Yeah.
snowmobiles he's huge into and stuff. But yeah, so yep.
So cars, snowmobiles, you're racing it all, huh?
Yeah.
Just an adrenaline junkie? See that?
Yeah, and unfortunately I got my kids into it, so now they're the same way. Yeah.
Was that something just early on that your father gave to you?
Oh,
or?
yeah. My father used to race cars and build hot rods. I mean, I was, sitting in the garage watching my father put motors together when I was 9 years old,
Wow.
So we built my first car. I had my first at a 67 Chevelle that we, did a 383 stroker motor in it. And, it was together and sitting in my garage before I could drive.
Wow.
So, but he would sit there with a cigar and tell me what to do, and I built the car, I built the motor, so I learned. Yeah, it was cool.
And that's a really helpful skill at this day and age.
Yeah.
Most people are going to send their thing to the dealer.
Yeah.
You're talking $10,000 job here, or whatever.
Yeah. The only problem is everything's computers now, so
the
game's changing.
Yeah, it's getting harder and harder.
Yeah, the game's changing.
So you still rebuilding things actively?
Oh yeah.
I remember the one time you were telling me you built quite a plethora of bikes for people, and you did their motors and all that.
Yeah, we do a lot of Harley work and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're into motorcycles too. So
What was one of your tougher jobs?
tougher job.
Yeah.
Oh my wife's motorcycle. I built her. It started as a Buell, but I wanted it to look like an XR 750.
Okay.
So Jesse's a welder, so we basically chopped the frame in half. We built a frame for it, put Sportster rims on it, but it's cool.
Yeah.
The problem is everything had to be built, and I mean everything.
Wow.
And it just
Total fabrication.
Oh yeah, I'd never do it again. Forget that. But it's cool.
Yeah, and you love her. Come
Yeah.
on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If I didn't have her, none of this would be possible.
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
She been like a big advocate right from the get-go,
Oh,
obviously.
yeah. You want to know, she always asked me when I stopped playing drums for a while, she'd always ask me, why aren't you playing drums no more?
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah, because she knew I loved it.
Yeah.
And it's just, life, I mean, you get doing things, working in the garage on race cars every night, and you forget about the drums and things like that.
Right.
So, but no, she's never missed a show. Never missed a show.
Wow.
She actually... when the show's over, we try to go out and talk to people and thanks for coming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there she is behind packing my drums up, putting my cymbals away, putting my drums away.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, she's wonderful.
Man, you
and,
rock, huh?
And she has a great time. All the girls in the band come.
Oh,
and
yeah.
dance. So you saw
Anybody who doesn't know, if
Right.
you go to a rock and roll show, you're in for a damn good time.
Yeah,
You're gonna be sweating a little bit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You might even see a human pyramid.
Right. And that has a lot. I know. Yeah. And that has a lot to do with our song list too.
Yeah.
We do a couple. In color Tennessee whiskey, and Matt just kills them. His
Yeah.
voice is perfect. But we found that we really got to control the slow songs because we get a lot of dancers.
Yeah.
And you don't want them out there dancing and buzzkill it with a slower song.
Right.
So we found that the fast dancing songs is really what people come for.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and the slower songs we do like Tennessee whiskey, people love, so they dance to them.
Yeah,
But
and you get like this exhilaration, this rush, and after even last night I was out dancing a little bit with some coworkers.
Yeah.
And you just burn the energy, and you leave there feeling like, man, I did something. You feel fulfilled with the
Right,
night, especially if you're in a good band.
Well, and I mean that's part of being a band. I mean, people come to have a good time.
Right.
So if they're dancing, I mean, and we gauge our songs. I mean, we've got a couple of songs on our songs list that Tommy was just explaining. Great songs, awesome songs, but we just don't know about it. I mean, great songs,
But nobody's coming out to the
not
dance
getting
floor.
the crowd reaction. So we're trying to position them songs around other songs that are dancing songs.
Yeah.
To hopefully ignite it a little bit.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, sometimes some of them songs, if they're not working, you gotta say goodbye to them.
Right. Yeah.
But so we look at things like that.
So you guys are pretty dynamic and like fluid in your song selection, or obviously you have your solid go-to ones, but you're
Right.
trying to incorporate pretty new ones.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Yeah, we try to. I mean, we're trying to really learn a new song every 2 weeks.
Wow.
Well, when you go to a show, you don't want to hear the same music.
Exactly.
And it's tough when you're playing almost 60 songs in a night. Mm-hmm. Even if you play 10 new songs, people are still hearing 35, 40 of the old songs.
Right.
So, I mean, and this is with any band. I mean, you're not going to learn 10 songs in a week or be able to go next week with 20 songs. All you can do is build up your song list and then start moving them around. That's what Tommy does.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then you can cycle back to them. And
Right. He'll start, surrounding this song with that and everything like that,
Very cool.
But it's tough. I mean, if you were to do it full time and you could practice for 10 hours a day, you might be able to do it. But we practice 3 hours a week.
Right. 'Cause,
So-
yeah, I mean, again, life happens.
Oh
You
yeah,
got
everybody
jobs.
works. Matt lives in Syracuse, so he's got to drive from Syracuse.
Oof.
Yeah,
Yeah. But you
So-
make it work,
Oh yeah, it's working out great. So
Oh, excuse me. And it's incredible to see you guys taking this like active awareness within the band, and you want to make
Right.
sure that you're constantly trying to improve these shows.
oh
for
god,
people.
yeah, absolutely.
And I feel like
That's-
sometimes bands that are, like I said, if they're just thrown together or they're not in it for the same cause or whatever,
Right.
they lose sight of that.
Yep.
You're supposed to be making this a good time. You owe it to people if they're coming out or spending money to get into a bar and
Right.
you're the band there.
Yep.
All too often you might see a little bit of nepotism or people just get into a gig because they know somebody. You
Right.
know, right?
Sure.
And they don't pull the punch. They don't own up to what they're supposed to be providing these people.
Right.
And it's just sad to see bands losing sight of those kind of things.
Yeah.
So when you hear of a band that's collectively together, and again, like I said, you feel that chemistry amongst each other.
Yeah.
All you guys in the band have the same idea. You're working toward bettering the sound quality and bettering your marketing and all
Sure.
that stuff. So it's inspiring, and I think other people could take a page out of that book.
Right. Well, there's a lot of the local bands out here. They're all doing the right thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing it for the right cause. They're all great people. I mean, they help us. We help them if they ever needed it. I mean, and that's just the way.
That's the way it should be.
It's the way it should be. Absolutely.
Who are like some of your local inspirations or guys that maybe pushed you into getting it, or kind of?
Well, I mean,
you-
the local bands we talk to, like the guys over at Whiskey Creek, they're great friends of ours. Great guys, great band.
Yeah.
I was just talking to Chad yesterday.
Yeah.
Super guy. Matter of fact, me and my wife are going to go out and watch him tonight. A little while.
Fantastic.
So, and that's what we do.
Yeah.
You got to support. You got to support, and they support us too.
100%.
So I mean, those guys. I mean, Tompkins drives a big one. Tomorrow afternoon, we're playing with Grit and Grace.
Yeah.
We're doing a benefit.
Great group.
Oh yeah, fantastic. One of my favorite. I've followed them guys forever. Love them.
Awesome.
So, and then Band of Century New York. They're a BOCNY. They're a rock band, but they're great friends of ours.
Yeah, I saw them play at the Daniel Barden Mudfest.
Yes.
Got that medal
Yeah,
over there.
yep.
Hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Snowing, sleeting, and it was just nice to be able to warm up and hear good tunes like that.
Yeah, all
you know?
them guys, we've known them forever, and like I said, they're the ones we used to hire to do our summer party.
Right.
So they would, I've known those guys, so we get to play with those guys tomorrow.
And it's kind of like, there's that one commercial out. It's like, if you want to be really great at something, you got to find somebody who challenges you. And so seeing these guys do well around you and your friends,
absolutely,
it bumps you guys up too, and it makes you want to do better.
Sure it does. I mean, it's not a competition. I mean, Jenny and the Buckshot Five's another area band, great friends of ours, and actually lead singer Jenny, she congratulations Jenny, she just had her son.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she just had her son, and
Fantastic.
yep, and we actually helped them out. Me and Tommy, they needed a guitarist and a drummer, so me and Tommy went and played a show for them one night.
Wow.
So that's what you do.
Exactly.
A couple shows this past summer. A couple of our guys, we had to have fill-ins. So that's, it's back and forth.
Right, exactly. And
You
that's
gotta
why
help each other.
You got to be good in this industry too, and
Right.
take care of each other,
Sure.
which
and,
is awesome.
and we will. We'll help anybody.
Yeah.
With gear, with bodies, anything,
100%.
So, and everybody else the same way.
And I think that's definitely a quality that, again, adds to your guys' reputation.
Sure.
You guys are so
Right.
well sought after now, and
Yeah.
getting a plethora of gigs and all that, like we had mentioned before. Do you have any, we talked about most memorable build that you have. Is there a most memorable gig that you've had so far? Whether good or bad, whatever.
It's strange because they're all good.
Yeah.
I mean, our friend over at Backroads Tavern in Canastota, Doug, he basically, I don't want to say he put us in business, but he kind of did. Doug's the kind of guy that says, listen, you want to play, come to my place and play.
Wow.
One night we didn't have a singer. Our singer couldn't show up, and we showed up, and we got through it. We had somebody help us out singing and stuff like this. This was this is a couple years ago in the beginning, but I mean, we weren't on top of our game. We probably, hindsight, looking now, we probably should have canceled the show. But being young and naive, I said, well, we can't cancel. Well,
Right.
if you don't have your singer, you almost have to.
Yeah.
And we went on, and we weren't, the broken rule everybody knew.
Right.
And Doug just said, don't worry about it. Where, an owner could have said, you guys are no good, I'm not going to have you back.
Exactly.
Doug says, listen, I understand. Has us back. Matter of fact, we're playing there next Friday night.
Wow.
And so we love playing there. He's just so good to us, This past year, we played at Boonville Fair, and we had Christ, they were talking. We had almost maybe over 800 people.
Whoa.
That was
pretty memorable, huh?
Oh man, it was right after that big ropes and boots tour or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh my God, we had so much fun. I mean,
Wow.
it was just. We got pictures on our Facebook page, videos.
That's the one in the tent, right?
Yeah,
the
Jeremy up there dancing and waving. I mean, just what a
Wow.
great time. But we've had a lot of good ones,
Is it a little more nerve-wracking or a little more exciting for you when you get that many people?
Both.
Yeah.
I mean, when you start out, you're looking, but once
You're like, don't miss a beat. Don't miss a
yeah,
beat.
well, yeah. I mean, but the thing is, back to Tommy being that father figure of the band. I mean, he just sits there and he'll tell the guys, listen, don't matter if there's 1,000 or 10.
Yeah.
You guys know your parts, play them.
Right.
And we do.
Wow.
So
it's good to have him kind of motivating you guys.
He does. Yeah, he does. And he just keeps everybody. Because, I mean, I'm not young by any means, but I'm young to the whole successful band thing.
Right.
Where Tommy's been doing it for years.
Yeah.
So Tommy takes everything in stride and knows how to handle a situation.
Right.
And he'll sit there and, for our next song is a certain song, he'll say, no, not the right song. Look at the people dancing. Let's do this.
That's very important, though, I think.
Very important,
that you guys
yeah.
are having, like, somebody who knows the ebb and flow of things.
Right.
Because obviously you're picking up on it and you
Right.
recognize these things.
Sure, yeah.
And that's all part of the development and growth of a band.
That's exactly it.
That's
That's exactly
and I'm not even in a band, and I
Right.
recognize
Yeah,
these things.
yeah,
It's
you
just-
have to. You gotta have, if you've got 5 guys and going different directions, you don't go anywhere.
Right.
And Tommy will look and say this song next because he'll read the crowd and say, no, we can't. That's too slow.
Yeah.
We got to do. They're dancing. We got to keep them dancing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what they want to do. So
Exactly. You got to have that kind of situational awareness.
Yep.
So, man, that's really cool. It's just so you guys kind of have that dynamic
Yeah.
within the group.
you want to talk about you a little bit?
You have a question?
Well, let's talk about you helping out the band and
Okay.
your role in the band now.
Yeah.
Because that's huge for us. So
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yep.
Yeah. So Kevin came to me, and if you're seeing some of the more recent posts on the Broken Rule fan,
the good and exciting ones, not the old ones. Yeah.
the Facebook,
Yeah.
the Instagram, and all that. So just kind of, like I go back to the fact that when I had Jeremy on and I got kind of introduced to the band Broken Rule, and you and Matt immediately reached out, and you were like, we love what you did for us.
Yeah.
I could already tell right then and there, 2 guys who had mutual respect for people, just trying to make it in
Right.
the area and do something good for the area.
Right. Yep.
So, luckily you guys reached out. We met up. I think the first time I saw you guys was at the Back 9 out in Oneida.
Yeah,
I
back
think
9.
so,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, back 9 in Lee Center in Rome.
Lee Center, right.
Yep.
All right, that's
Yep,
where it
Lee
is.
Center,
Yep.
You got.
And just right from the get-go, all great energy. You immediately said, come on up.
Yep.
Come on stage, and I'm not by any means a shy person,
Right. Oh, no.
obviously.
No, you're
I'm
not.
posting my shit, my stuff all over the internet, and then it's a whole different game though when somebody says you can come on up and say whatever you want to say.
Yep.
And so I still fight this feeling where I'm like, I almost feel like people look at me and like, who the hell is this guy coming on stage?
No, it's great. It's
But-
great. We get so many comments, compliments and comments about it. It's, it's another part of the show.
Yeah.
And people love it. They really do.
That's awesome, man. And I hope I bring some service to it because, like I said, I love promoting you guys. I recognize the talent and the greatness and the mutual respect you guys have for each other. And it's just exciting to see a band have that growth. So I'm trying to help expedite that process.
Right.
And hopefully you guys are liking and following and listening to Broken Rule on all the social media platforms. Soon we'll be getting you guys recorded, put you on SoundCloud with me and all that.
There we go.
So
Yeah.
we have a lot of stuff in the process. So I'm just happy to be a part of your guys' journey
Yeah,
too.
well, like I said, thanks so much. It's
Yeah.
huge. It's huge for us because I took care of the Facebook page, and I'm not a good speller. I'm sorry, but I could work. It's actually a funny story. My younger son Hunter, I made him a admin because I would spell there and there wrong and things like that. So he told me, make me an admin so I can fix all your spelling.
Right.
So he'd look after my post and fix everything. But I don't.
He's the spell checker.
He was. He really was. And we did our posts and stuff like that, but I don't have that gift.
Yeah.
So, but yours are exciting, and
I got the gift of gab.
well, yeah, but that's excellent. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah,
So,
and I just enjoy writing, and
Right.
I feel like there's plenty of words in the English dictionary. Why limit yourself to a few? So
Right.
But but yeah, I just I really enjoy being a part of the band, seeing you guys live and doing all the dancing, you know, and I'm in all the crowds. So.
And the EPK kit we have too.
Yes, obviously. So Sonic Bids, you guys can find Broken Rule and just check out a little bit more of their stuff. And we'll be having more like high quality videos produced here soon. I'm looking forward to it because it gives me an option to do something that I've not normally done, you know, and I'm just getting into this thing. Obviously, I'm just less than a year into really doing this legitimate podcast and posting it and stuff, and so there's a lot of different ideas I have, and to be able to have, you know, a whole different platform and a whole different fan base and just a great group to work with. It's awesome. It's mutually beneficial.
Yeah, well, we thank you. I mean, it's been great, you know. So
thanks,
it's
man.
just getting better. So.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no one ever turns the tables on me when these things.
I know. I was going to, so I said let's talk about you a little bit.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. I don't mind it. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely it's a journey, you know. And so I'm excited to see where you guys are going.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a good time. So
I dropped my thing. It's over there. Oh well. There was some other question I had for you, but getting back to the band. So, do you guys have any ambitions of maybe doing your own songwriting, your own album?
Actually, Matt has got 2-3 songs that he wrote. I've heard him a little bit. We haven't really. Well, we have, but I mean. I think it's something, it's something we'd like to do. You know, that whole original song, that's a tough deal because, you know, when you're a cover band, and that's most area bands are cover bands.
Yeah.
You know, people go to listen to dance the songs they know, so you got to be super careful doing that. Even like I was telling you, a couple of songs that we do that aren't as popular. Mm-hmm. They're great songs, but they're not as popular. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to keep them dancing. So, but I've talked to Matt many a times, and I wanna. Yeah. You know, he's got a couple of really good songs that he wrote that are pretty good. We haven't thrown a music track to him yet, but we surely could. Yeah. But yeah, that's something coming in the future.
Great.
And we also have. I'm sorry. We also have. We haven't got it up and running yet, but we got the Broken Rule Unplugged, which is going to be, you know, the acoustic. It'll be Tommy and Matt, or Tommy, Matt, and Jeremy. So we'll have the opportunity to go do smaller shows. But so it's going to be Broken Rule Unplugged, and they're working on that now. So I think you'll see that coming over wintertime.
Great.
So, just another aspect. You know?
Yeah, just to get these different avenues, you know, and that's why it's nice to be, like I said, mutually beneficial, sharing each other's stuff.
Yeah, we get a bunch of venues that, I mean, I had one just this past week that wanted us to play, and they just said a 5 piece is too big. They don't have the room for it. Yeah. So now we can offer them Broken Rule Unplugged, 2 or 3 guys. Yeah. So
and then give them a taste.
Yeah,
so
we could get the same music in there just without, you know, without a bass drum and drums.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's next on our list.
Keeping it fresh. I mean, that's I do believe that once you start getting and obviously it's nerve-wracking, it's challenging to get your own music out, but once you do that, you're kind of jumping the precipice into a whole new land.
You are.
So obviously it has its challenges, like you said, keeping the flow right.
Right.
My previous guest that I just had on, Andy, he's a member of Our Common Roots, and I went and saw them at Saranac. And one thing that I noticed,
Our Common Roots, I'm great friends with them.
Are you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah, I know.
Because who is it? The singer works at Big Apple, right?
Yeah, lead singer works at Big Apple.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
So they just did a great job of kind of like intermingling the popular music, and then it's a song of theirs, but of a similar sound. Yep. And people are like, wow, I like this enough. You know, I don't know it, but I like it enough to keep it moving. Yep. So I think that's something you guys are definitely be able to do.
Yeah, them guys. And Matt, you know, people like Matt. Matt is a super nice guy. People like him. People take a liking to him because when he gets done singing, he goes out and says hi to people. And he's not doing it because he feels he has to. He does it because he wants to.
Yeah.
He's a super friendly guy. So, you know, if we were to release a song, people are a little intrigued by him, so I think they'd say, yeah, let me listen to Matt's song.
Totally.
So that's definitely something we want to do. When, not sure.
Right.
You know, but yeah, that's definitely something we've talked about.
Well, you know, it just goes back to what I was just discussing with my last guest, and it's like, sometimes I set goals for myself. I don't even know if I'm going to achieve them, but you got to have those things in your line of sight.
Sure.
So if you don't, even if you're just saying it out loud and it never happens, you at least have something you're working toward actively. Or if you don't, you're kind of feeling a little bit guilty to yourself. You're like, man, I had that goal, I set it, and now I'm not achieving it. And maybe get back on it.
And that's what we're trying to do that. We're trying to stay ahead of the game.
Right.
What I mean by that is we don't want to get in a situation where we're relaxed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you lose sight of it.
Well, yeah. I mean, we want to try to stay on top of the game and keep moving forward with different instruments and different things like that. I don't know how many more instruments we can pile on Jeremy.
Yeah.
But Tommy's telling me the other day he's got a song where he wants Jeremy to play both. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, well, he can put the mandolin on his back and then spin it around and play it in that part of the song. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, I'm serious. He can do it. I'm like, Tommy. He's like, he's going to do it. He's going to do it.
That'd be killer.
And you want to know something? You're probably going to see it. He's probably going to do it.
Yeah,
so,
he'll practice.
But yeah, so I don't know how many more instruments we can strap to Jeremy, but it's going to happen. So,
That's great.
Yeah, poor Jeremy.
So is the plan right now just to kind of, again, just keep marketing, get into more gigs? Where do you want to see the band in its, short-term growth?
Well, we're trying to get into little bigger venues. Like we're playing Vernon Downs, which is, that's a good venue.
Yeah,
to
good
get
spot.
To. And we already booked 4 shows with them next year.
Great.
So we love playing there, but we're working on getting into Tin Rooster.
Yeah,
we want to play there.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's right. By the way, he's also helping us get the shows. Yeah, tough. Some of them are tough.
I know.
But there's a couple the casinos out, each direction, Rochester way, and that way we're looking to get into. So, but we're happy playing the places we play.
Right.
They're good people.
Yeah.
They're good people. We have fun. The people like us. So
that's certainly it. Like the music that you play attracts the crowd that you're gonna get, and you guys always have a nice, warm, happy crowd.
And we'll never lose our roots where we come from. I mean, we're always gonna play the local bars because that's what we like doing.
Yeah.
We never want to get it to the point where we don't have time for them bars.
Yeah.
And it's that we have no interest in that.
Yep, exactly.
So,
I know, and again, it goes back to the idea that when you do see bands start doing that, they just kind of lost the idea of what it was, and what got them started. You know, everybody wants to start them,
right? Or they just they want to get bigger. I mean, and you can't blame them for that. I mean, if they want to go to the point where they actually go to Nashville, Tennessee, start
yeah,
because I mean they say Nashville's really one of the only places in the world now that you can walk in with a guitar, sing a song, and somebody will see you.
Yeah. That's true.
And so a lot of people are going there.
And obviously, the point of this is like you would like to be able to do this full time,
right? Oh, I would love to. But
it's the thing you love, you know.
Yeah.
So
that's probably not going to happen.
Hey, set it as a goal. You never know.
Yeah. So,
but that's great, man. It's just I don't know. It's a really inspiring story and good to see.
Yeah.
So, let's see what time we got. I gotta grab this paper because I forgot what else I was going to ask you.
Yep.
Oh yeah, okay. So obviously, I mean, you say the band has pretty good cohesion. You guys don't really have too many grumbles or gripes about one another. But what are some of the challenges that you found along the way? Like you said, Matt kind of getting his vocals to accustomed to the song. What else?
I mean, and they're not even challenges; they're just decisions. Some songs fit us. And this is back to. More Tommy and Bobby. Tommy and Bobby got the most experience in an actual band, playing out in front of people. So, there are certain songs that we might want to do that, wow, that's a great song. And, Tommy will come on and say, listen, guys, what you don't realize is there's 5 guitars in that song. There's 2 keyboards. For us to do that song and do it justice, we can't do it.
Right.
So, can we play it? Yeah. But, when people come listen to a cover band, they're used to hearing a certain thing that they hear on the radio. So if you're playing that song and you can't do it justice, and I don't mean making it sound identical, because a lot of the songs we do the opposite.
Yeah.
We make it our own, but it still has got that core of the song that people will like.
Right.
But if you can't make it, if you can't get it close, if people don't recognize it in a good way, you might be hurting yourself.
Yeah.
So we run across some songs that have a lot going on that, Tommy will just say, guys, that's just not going to work for us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's always a challenge because somebody might really love a song. And, we all sat down and said, listen, if everyone come with song ideas, but if we say we can't do it, don't let your feelings get hurt. It's not personal. It's just, there's a lot of songs out there, especially the more modern country. There's a lot going on.
Right.
I mean, you've got 2-3 guitarists, you've got keyboards, you've got all kinds of stuff going on.
Right.
And, Tommy's, like I said, Tommy's idea on the deal is if we can't make it, if we can't make that song, respectful sounding, there's really no sense in
right.
it.
Yeah, and that's got to be a pretty hard line to walk between wanting to make it your own original sound, being
Right.
able to do that,
Right.
and then wanting to produce something that
Sure.
people still recognize.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you can change the song around and it's still good and people will like it. But if you can't, if you can't make it good with what you have, we don't do it.
yeah.
So,
Have you ever had anybody say like, "I want it to sound more like the other or like the original"?
no, not really.
That's
Not
good,
really.
right?
Yeah.
It means you're doing it
we don't-
right.
I mean, and I think that's with any bands. I mean, people that come out, they kind of know what they're coming out for. We don't get too
Yeah,
many.
right.
Sometimes we get the people that start play Freebird and stuff like that. You get that.
You guys ever played Freebird?
No.
No. One
Not
word.
that I don't like the song, but
Right.
and then there's a couple of songs that you've played 100 times, and you sometimes maybe wish you never played again, but people love it.
Yeah.
People love it.
Yep.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Yep.
People love that song.
Yep.
And I mean, if you ask any musician out there, like, oh my God,
Uh-huh.
they like the song, but when you hear it so
Yeah.
much, you're like, God, but people love it.
Yeah.
People love it. People dance to it. So you got to play it for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
know?
And you get a little bit of intoxication in you. It's definitely a
Yeah.
good moving song.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly it. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, there's some of those songs that people love. There's that chorus songs that most all the bands do it, and they make it their own.
Yeah.
But people love them.
Yeah.
So
Is there a song that's in the set list right now that you wish you could take out, but it's too good for the crowd?
Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah, that's the one.
No, I mean, I like the song, but like I
Right.
said, it's just, it's so overplayed. Every
Yeah. band
in the world plays it, but there's a
Absolutely.
reason for it.
Right.
I mean, you'll never see an empty dance floor. with
Yeah.
it,
Totally.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a couple songs like that we've got, but like I said, you got to do it.
Yeah. It kind of makes up for it when you see everybody
Right.
enjoying
exactly. It comes up, we all look at each other, but then we start playing, and everyone's running to the dance.
it. Yeah.
So
Are your kids musically talented?
my younger son, my Hunter, he's 16. He's 17 tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
He'll be 17 tomorrow. He plays drums.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Hunter plays the drums. Jesse played the drums for a few years when he was back in high school, but got out of it,
Yeah.
So he didn't. He had enough going on with racing and everything. That's his niche.
Yeah.
Race whatever moves. So, but Hunter plays the drums. He's a good drummer.
Yeah.
So-
Does he have any ambitions of following in Pops' footsteps?
Not country.
Not country. Not a country kid?
If you go over to the house and listen, it's it's Godsmack, Shine Down.
Oh, okay.
That's the kind of music we play.
Yeah.
Double bass.
Nice.
But he's 16, so.
Right. Does he, so does he think he wants to be into a band, or is he following it with that kind of passion?
I don't know. Not really sure.
Yeah.
He had a couple of friends. One of his friends plays guitar, and they got together a couple times. But I don't know. I mean, he's playing the drums. I'm not really too sure what, his ambitions are going forward with it. But
You're just happy to see he's kind of using it.
absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
Yep.
Seems like it runs in the family, the old motors and music.
Yeah. Well, I guess you sleep and live it. You start doing it yourself.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
yeah.
So, is there any, going back to the building, any dream build that you would have?
Cars, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I want a 41 Willys. How's that?
A Jeep Willys?
No, a Willys, the car.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the race car.
Awesome.
They come and stuff, but maybe someday.
That's the dream.
When I win the lottery or something like that.
Awesome.
Big money there, So
So tell me about some of the gigs you have coming up.
next Friday night we are at Backroads for their Halloween party.
Okay.
That should be a good one because we have Daisy Duke contest, male and female,
Oh, I'm in.
male and female. So that'll be a good one.
I actually know the bartender there. So
Do you?
yeah, Corey.
Oh,
Lily?
Corey? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. So that's Friday night. Saturday night we're at the Fort in Morrisville. So it'll be our first time out in Morrisville, so that should be a good time. It's their Halloween party, so that ought to be a good one, And then the following week, I don't even know where we are the following week. We're somewhere.
Yeah.
Not really sure.
What about coming up? Because this will probably release a couple weeks from now.
This one will.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like November, December, anything in the winter months.
We're at we got stuff just about every week. We're at Silverado's the 23rd of November.
Cool.
So that'll be a good one.
Yeah.
We've only played out that way one time at the Boo Bash a couple weeks ago, and so we're looking forward to going to Silverado's. We've never played there before.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So I believe that's the 23rd of November.
Tremendous. That'll be a really good one.
Yeah.
Are you? How often are you guys getting like referrals from one place to another? To another? Excuse me. I can't speak today.
Yeah. We get quite a few actually.
Yeah.
And we actually get a lot of people coming out and watching us.
Really?
Yeah, there's a couple.
Like people who own the places. You
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
Wow.
Matter of fact, I got one from a bar out Little Falls. They contacted us about playing. They heard us and
Wow.
interested in booking us. So I mean, that's where you come in handy
Yeah.
with all them. Oh, it's true. With all them posts and things like that.
Yeah. I
they're
appreciate
great,
it.
So
And again, it's just ever more important to ensure that you guys are delivering that,
Right.
performance every time.
yep.
And people, like I said, you feel that you guys are bringing your A game every.
Yeah. Oh,
know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, and you want to know why these guys just have fun. They
Yeah.
want to be there and they want to do it. So
Yeah.
it's not a job to them.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt drives from Syracuse.
Right.
He loves it.
It's the escape. You got to do what you love.
Right. Exactly.
And I mean, I get that with this podcast, and that's why it's so awesome that I was able to meet Jeremy just because
Yeah.
we happened to work together, and I
Yeah.
knew he was a musician. And
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
getting it off the ground, and here we are.
Yeah,
Less than a year
exactly.
later.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
kind of crazy how life unfolds. But I just love that. I'm just, as you can tell, I'm a sit down, I'm a talk kind of guy.
Yeah,
I
yep.
socialize with everybody. I'm a social butterfly.
And
So
you do a good job at it too.
Thanks,
we
man.
get so many compliments about, wow, who's that guy you got talking for you?
That's
Well,
great.
Yeah, that's your job.
yeah, I thoroughly enjoy it, and I think that's again something people lose sight of. If you're getting into a band, getting into a podcast, you got to be able to say, "I thoroughly enjoy it." When it becomes burdensome or
Right.
a chore, or you're just like, "Oh man, I wish I was just famous already." and
Exactly.
made $1 million.
Yeah.
That's when you've already lost sight of it.
Right.
And so,
Right.
it's important to kind of maybe check yourself and
Yeah.
ensure that you're doing this for the right reasons.
And that's funny. I mean, going back to that, I mean, Matt. When we found Matt's never sang in a band in his life.
Yeah,
He's never been in a band.
he just enjoyed singing like in the shower and all that, or
No, he there's a place called Singers out in Syracuse. It's a karaoke bar or karaoke bar. Mm-hmm. Okay, and that's where he would go.
really?
He sang karaoke, and that's how I met. I met his friend. His friend replied to one of my posts looking for a singer, and he said, I've got a friend that if you meet him, you hire him. So
Yeah.
Matt came over one night, and he sang 2 songs, and we're like,
Come on in.
you got it. You're hired, And but he's never been in a band. He's never been a front man. I mean, he's just natural.
Wow.
He really is. I mean, he's got that natural country voice.
Yeah.
And he's got that attitude. He's got that right. I mean, everybody loves him.
Yeah,
And it's genuine. It's not a fake.
He's up there with
Oh,
a
my
genuine
God.
smile on his face.
You got it. And
having a good
that's-
time.
When Matt comes down and says hello to you, he means hello. He doesn't mean hello. I'm doing this because
Right.
I'm doing this because I have to. No.
He's got his Miller Lite and he's good.
Yeah. Sometimes we have to call him. Come on, Matt. Time to sing again. He'll be down there talking to people. He's just a genuine nice guy. And it's wonderful working with somebody like that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are very fortunate to have all found each other.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
such kind of crazy ways, but
Oh yeah, it is. That's every one of them. Every one of them. So
that's
yep.
great. Well, listen, man, you gave your plugs. You gave us kind of the inside scoop. We find out what made you tick.
Yeah, you got it.
Do you have any advice for maybe someone out there who's trying to get into this line of music or start a band or?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I mean, all I could say is, find guys you get along with.
Yeah.
Because you could sit there and say it'll work. I could put up with it, and something. It gets tiresome.
Yeah.
It really does. It gets tiresome. You got to surround yourself with like-minded people that that just they're in it for the right reasons and have the right focus.
Right.
If you got people that are just fighting each other, it's just not gonna.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't care what you do. It's just not gonna last.
You don't want to dread the experience. And...
Right. I mean, if you're not going to practice, having a good time, and going to shows, have a good time. Why do it? Really. So
I'd say that's a good snippet to have.
Oh yeah, you got to find people you blend with and get along with.
Because you'll know almost instantaneously
You
those
will know
guys
instantly.
who just
Exactly. I mean, when we were looking for a guitar player and when we were looking for a singer, I mean, I couldn't tell you how many people we had up to Tommy's house.
Yeah.
And we would sit down with them and play some songs, sing, and I mean, you could tell within 30 seconds. And not that we're judgmental, but you
Right.
could tell the kind of people that you're looking for in your organization, and how people come across. I mean,
abrasive or
abrasive, and I don't even mean that in a mean way, just what kind of music are they interested in?
Right.
Are you interested in playing out every week, maybe sometimes twice a week?
Mm-hmm.
It's a big commitment.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So if you don't love it, you're not going to stick with it. And that's the big thing.
Absolutely,
Because
man.
it's a lot of work.
I think that's a good way to kind of start wrapping it up. And I 100% agree. If you aren't fully invested into it, then nobody's going to enjoy the show. You're not going to enjoy being in the band.
No.
It's not going to go very far.
Right.
But fortunately, you guys are so invested into it, and I'm excited to see where you keep growing and where you're going to.
Well, it's gonna be a fun ride.
Yeah, so check them out. Silverado's November 23rd.
Yep.
I'll be sure that this is out before that.
Yes.
So
Yeah, good.
and just stay tuned. Follow Lost Guidance. Follow Broken Rule here on all social media platforms, and be in the loop. Find out where all their gigs are. And then again, Sonic Bids. You can find the EPK electronic profile for their band, and get some more background videos and photos to come, as well as where their gigs are going to be and all that. So, everybody, as I always say, good luck in the world. Try not to get lost out there. And thank you so much for coming on, Kevin.
Yeah, and everybody make sure you get on Lost Guidance and follow these guys too, because these guys are, supporting us and supporting all local bands and everything else. So make sure you get on and support these guys too.
Thank you, man. It means a lot, and I look forward to having the rest of the band on and seeing where this ride takes us. So we'll see you guys. Have a good one.
See you later. Thanks.
Bye-bye.